What is going on, guys? Today we have a little bit of an update video. We finally hit level 45, maybe a little bit higher, probably around level 50. But the first thing that I want to tell you is that this video may be a little bit long, just because there are a lot of things that I want to talk about as far as like the update, what kind of characters I want to look to be using, so that way we can maximize our efficiency for getting to 0-2 as quickly as possible. Also, I do want to mention very quickly, if you haven't done this, please start doing this every single week, and this will be in a later video, but I want to tell y'all now. So if you go to this top left hand corner, anywhere that you see this share button, you'll click share. Now, you don't have to have Twitter, you don't have to have Facebook, but simply you'll click it, and then it'll pop this little thing right here. For people on emulator, you just go backwards, and then it'll pop up and you will get a free 30 gems right here. So your first share is a free 30 gems, and this is a weekly thing. I will show this in a later video once I get to the point to where I can do all the dailies that I want to talk about. But get your free 30 gems, because I am going to mention that my first purchase on this account will be another echelon. So I'm very close to that. I'm at 400 gems. Pretty soon, I think later this month, I will be able to get that 5th echelon and then run more logistics. But the first thing that I do want to talk about is going to be the chapter update of where we should be at. So right now, we were farming, I believe, 2-1E. I farmed that, and only that. I did that 155 times. Now, I did not do anything else in chapter 3. I have been doing my boss maps for the event that is up right now. It is not a kill the boss, but it is more of a clear the map that the boss is on. So I've been doing that daily, and then I haven't really done anything else in chapter 3. So I moved on to chapter 4, and as you see, I ran through here as quickly as I could. Now I will show you the clips of me killing chapter 3 and chapter 4's bosses, just so you can kind of see what I am working with. I want to take this left hand side because I don't feel like killing these 2 mobs before the boss. I would rather only kill 1 mob. So going into this boss fight, I will let you know that this boss actually hurts me, or at least my Sten, more than it hurts my, more than the chapter 4 boss. So this boss is definitely a pain in the butt to fight. Wait, no. No, I'm thinking of the chat. Wait a second. Yeah, this one does hurt. This one is the one that I actually have to mess around and be sure that I'm safe. So this is the one I almost forgot which boss was which. Yeah, this is the boss that definitely hurts my team, but the 2 SMGs that I'm running, Sten and Scorpion, are able to fight them as long as you retreat them a little bit early, right before they die, just so we can make sure that everything is a-okay. Now let's go ahead and jump to the chapter 4 boss. One brief note that I would like to mention is that if you are ever in this position of you have hurt characters, but you want to continue playing or want to continue farming, a quick way to repair your units is before you even click start operation, you'll click on the unit themselves and it'll say, hey, doing this will use a quick repair, and it'll tell you what it's going to take away from you. However, if you repair them after you click start operation, then it will cost double the amount of resources, and we definitely do not want that. Now I'll see you at the boss fight. Now, I tried to kite as best as I could, so that way both of my SMGs could have as much health as possible going into the final boss fight for chapter 4. Chapter 4 still does pack a punch. However, whenever she switches to her little quick machine gun mode or whatever have you, there is a way that we can actually switch the target of it. We just have to be able to identify it and then move around and move our positioning. So right here, she's switching her gun over, and I want to be able to force her to change her target. So okay, so she changed her target here. So now I think she should be on Scorpion. Scorpion's evading a lot. Okay, so now she just switched her gun again. If I can get her to move, that'd be fantastic. Actually, I'm probably gonna have to withdraw that. Wait. Okay, I should have just withdrawn her and then moved Sten back to where I put type 56-1. But I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I killed her. That's all that matters. You can see, if I actually kited that correctly, that type 56-1 wouldn't have taken too much damage. Sten would have taken the rest of the damage, and everything would have been a lot better. So chapter 4 is definitely a little bit easier on me personally and the units that I'm using compared to chapter 3. Now, at this point in time, I do want to talk about the reason why I asked you to get 2 squads of units to level 45. So the main reason why I asked you to do this is because of, simply put, logistics. Later on, these logistics are going to ask us, hey, you need to have a leader level of level 40. Or when we get to really good logistics, like for instance, this one, I can't say what level, but I'm pretty sure it's like 40 or 45. Then, you know, if you're doing longer ones, hey, you got to be level 40. Hey, you got to be level 40. So when you get to chapter 6, they'll also start asking you, hey, I need your leader level to be 45. I need your leader level to be 45, 45, 45. And the thing with that is once we get through chapter 5 and we start grinding 5-4 and we have chapter 6 open, there will be some more logistics that we want to be using over there. However, for me personally, I've somehow managed to stack up a lot of manpower. And one thing that I actually use so much, because I fully resupply the entire squad and I can't corpse drag yet, and in theory, neither should you be able to do so. I'm using a lot of ammunition. So I'm running 5-2, which I believe is our best per hour ammunition. If you're able to collect this relatively often, you should be getting 240 ammo per hour. And then the next logistic that I'm running is 4-1. Now, the reason why I am running 4-1 is because, again, I want to have the ammo, and this is also giving me rations. The reason why I kind of chose this is because I need the rations compared to just stacking a bunch of ammo. I could have, however, gone for a pure ammo one and gotten more ammo, but like I said, I want to even out my rations as well. When it comes down to parts, that'll be something I get later when I do chapter 0. Now that we've completed both chapter 4 and chapter 3, we have unlocked a few T-dolls. Those T-dolls are going to be Sopmod, M4A1, we should have gotten her in chapter 2. Then we should have also unlocked M16 and AR-15. Now, out of the 3 of them, you can tell that my Sopmod is already leveled, and that's because she's going to be a corpse dragger for me once we hit level 70. I'll talk about that at another time. M16 is going to be the other person that I will put into my squad. I don't know how I'm going to work around her, but I definitely will have her there because I need to be leveling her as soon as possible. What your squad wants to look like is kind of something like this. You want to have 2 decently good SMGs. Now, if they are Sten and Scorpion, that's perfectly fine because that will allow us to have more star rarity on our damage dealers. So I chose Sten and Scorpion because I know that I'm going to get dupes of them as my commander level rises. I chose M4A1 just for right now because I haven't pulled FAL, I haven't pulled HK416, or G11. If I had one of those 3 units, I would definitely get rid of whether it be M4A1 or Type 56-1. Now, the reason why I'm running Type 56-1 is because I got really lucky and I have her X4 dupes waiting for her. So when she hits level 70, she will instantly become X4 for free and it will cost me 0 cores. Now, the other units that you have leveled up to level 45, in theory, don't really matter because I just want to use them for my logistics leader spot so that way I can run these good logistics. Once you get to a point to where you want to continue progressing through the story, they will be your kind of in the back team. So let's say there's a map that says, hey, there are 2 points that you can spawn at, but this top point is the command point, and then this bottom point is just a random helipad. This random helipad is actually closer here, but you're forced to set someone here. Well, what happens if you can't make it down here in one turn? Having this little squad right here will definitely help you. And yes, they may be level 45, but they should be able to at least hold their own for one battle. So that's why I asked that we got this group to level 45 for, again, just to recap, the logistics leader spot, and just to have a somewhat of a decent team being able to back up our main squad. Now, this is where we are going to get into the heaviest portion of the grinding. Now, let me please warn you, go and whether it be pull up a stream, get some YouTube videos, listen to some music, play another game on an emulator, or do something. Please watch something or do something. Twitch.tv/Tuglow, Lamau. Do something in the background that can take your attention off of this, because you will be running this for the majority of the next few levels. And when I say few levels, I mean 45 to, I believe, 75. So what stage am I talking about? We are going to be running for 3 emergency. Now, once you feel like your units are probably around level 55, I would say, and you make sure you're continuing to enhance them, then you can kill this boss. When you kill 4-4, you will unlock Chapter 0. However, we will not be going straight to 0-2 right now. It is far too early. We want to unlock Chapter 0 for its logistics. So, kill this boss, and then whenever you feel ready, and then don't worry about Chapter 0, just use its logistic. You'll want to use logistic 0-2, so that way you're able to get really good manpower and really good parts. Now, taking a look at 4-3E. This is what we're going to be doing from levels 45 until level 75. So, first off, what we want to do is we want to have a level 1 handgun in our second squad, so that way we are able to not spend too many resources when we summon this down. It doesn't matter who they are as long as they are X1. Now, something else that I want to mention is how your team should be positioned. Now, of course, it's going to depend from team to team what your people are, where your, T-dolls are going to be located. So, for instance, if you don't have, type 56-1, and let's say you have FNC, well, maybe FNC has to be down here for whatever reason. That all just depends on your own team. However, as you've noticed, I typically always have my team in these back rows right here. However, when we do 4-3E, we want to move them forward. And I will tell you why once we get into this first battle. Now, if you want to do your support daily missions, then this is going to be a great spot to do them at. So, the way that it's going to work is you'll put your main squad that you are going to do damage with over here, and that you're going to level on the right hand side. The level 1 handgun goes on the left hand side. Now, what we'll do is we'll start the operation. Please do not forget to resupply. And I'm going to kill this first mob just so I can show you what you can do for the support daily missions. Now, you may say, yo Tug, why did you have me move my units up here? They're going to get damaged quicker. Well, if you decide not to do that, you'll see very quickly there's a mortar that is going to be shooting at you, and I'll try to pause it as quick as I can next time. But if you want to do your support dailies, you'll definitely do it right here. You just go through, pick a support, then you can get 10 friendship points, and we'll go over that at another time. It's not extremely important, but hey, cool backgrounds, it's kind of nice to look at. So let's say that we started right here. All I would do is take my main team, and I would just plan mode up to the very top. Now, the command post is right here, so once you get to the very top, all you got to do is hit end turn, and then you're completed with this run. It's very simple, and it's not hard at all. Now, you see this right here. This little mortar right here is the guy that is going to be extremely annoying if you have your teams on the back lines. The way that you can counteract that is if you put your teams in the front two, or at least have somebody at the very front, then everybody else will instantly target that guy. However, if you put only one person there, everybody else is going to miss out on buffs. So it's nice to just move from the back 2 rows to the front 2 rows. And so as you see, that was the first guy that we targeted and killed. Now we're going to target everybody else, and that's how 4-3-E is going to be ran. When it comes to 4-3-E, it is extremely simple. You'll just want to make sure, hey, you know, should I be repairing this person right here? Can they push the limit for one more run, etc., etc.? Those are things that you're going to have to come up with on your own. You will be able to do more runs as you progressively get higher level and you increase your SMG's evasion stat. Increasing that evasion stat is going to be extremely important, so that way you're able to do more runs of 4-3-E. Now, you can switch it up and you can say, hey, well, I want to level this character as well. Okay, hey, by all means, go for it. This isn't the only way to do it. I'm just trying to get us from tutorial to 0-2 as efficiently as possible. Now, depending on what you've been doing as far as, you know, who you've been leveling up, whether they're high rarity or low rarity, this is where things are either going to get a lot easier for you, or you're probably going to have to be grinding here a lot. So I want to take you to my dummy cores. I'm sitting at 50 dummy cores. However, I have a bunch of people that can be leveled up. If you notice, G41 is level 31, and I have not even dummy linked her once. I've dummy linked these characters twice because I needed the damage and I needed the tankiness of Suomi, but I did not dummy link them a third time because, one, I'm not going to use them, two, they're there just for logistic leaders, and three, even if I do use them, they're just going to be for one battle, so I would much rather have my cores spent on someone else. If you were unfortunate and you kind of spent your cores on every single person that you got, then I'm sorry, but 4-3-E is going to be there to help you, and this is a place where we will start to see a few more 3 stars drop, so that way we can get more cores for our other characters. Now, focusing on your main team is what we're going to do from here on out. For me, once I get my characters to level 70, I'm going to X4, M4A1, Sop Mod, Scorpion, and Sten. Now, type 56-1, if I did not have dupes for her, I would not dummy link her. My plan for this is once I hit 70, I will be able to corpse drag 4-3-E, video coming later. Once I hit 70 on the other 4 characters, I will then put in M16. Okay, so ideally at this point in time we have M16, Sop Mod, and somebody that's not M4A1. Ideally 416, FAL, and last but not least G11. If you can get G11, that is the best. Then I would say 416 and then FAL. If you have one of the 2 of the 3 over here, that's fantastic. You won't have to worry about leveling Sop Mod, but remember, the higher star rarity on these 3 characters is kind of not as good compared to the low star rarity of Sop Mod. So the reason why I want M16 and Sop Mod and one of the 3 from here is because these 3 characters are going to be quintessential for us running 0-2. Because once we get specific gear for M16, once we get everybody to level 90, once we get X5 on our dummy links, and once we get specific skill levels leveled up, we'll be instantly be able to run 0-2. But the one thing that I do want to mention is that you can definitely use, you know, other characters to level up. I'm just trying to prevent back leveling right now. And what I mean by back leveling is this: once I get either FAL 416 or G11, I'm going to have to go back and continue running 4-3-E, or I'm going to have to go back to 2-1-E, so that way I can get that level 1 character and just baby them all the way up without having to cost too many resources. I'm trying to prevent back leveling right now so we don't have to worry about it in the future. So if you're able to get those characters right now, dude, you are so lucky, and I'm very envious of you because I have to back level based off of how my runs or my pulls are looking, not my runs. So I want to try to wrap this video up you know, if there is any questions that you have, please feel free to, you know, message me on Discord or join me at twitch.tv/Tuglow and I can help you there. If you do join my Discord server and then shoot me a DM, give me about 24 hours. I always reply, but just depending on what time of day it is, I might be asleep. I do not mind helping with team allocation or helping you set up the team that you need. Just know that it's kind of a thing that, like, I don't want to tell you what to do, or I don't want to tell you how to play unless you, like, give me that permission to be like, yo, I want you to tell me. Then I can get you set up. But if it's just like, hey, you know, how are these units? Like, I don't really want you to tell me, though. Like, I could tell you that, but it's not really going to be of much help. The last thing that I do want to leave us with is our next homework assignment. Because we are going from tutorial to 02, the next place, like I said, is going to be 4-3E. My next goal is going to simply be getting my units to level 70. Yes, we can drop them off at 75, but I want to save your resources, so I'm going to get them to 70, and then I'll come back and tell you, yo, this is what we're going to do to save our resources. Now, if you're able to get, you know, one of the 3 units over here and SOP mod, slap in that M16 and try to get them leveling as soon as possible. You want to get them leveled ASAP. For me, I might test out how M16 works with just the 2 damage dealers. Maybe these 2 damage dealers need to be 60 so I can give them their equipment. I actually have some good equipment here. I have these 2 HV ammos that'll definitely help them out. Maybe I can get some more scopes down the road. That'll definitely help them out as well. But, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do and work with what I have. So maybe I can't level M16 right now, but maybe I can later down the road. If you're in that position, please level up SOP mod, level up M16, and level up one of the 3 characters, 416, G11, or FAL. If you can get all 3 of these leveled up quickly or early while farming, you will save yourself so much time going forward. Now, I know this was a long video, and I really do not want to have long videos like this, but this is going to be the biggest update for right now. This is the big chunk where it's like, yo, I need to make sure that we got the right characters here. I need to make sure we're at the right leveling spot, and I wanted to at least show y'all the leveling, you know, how you're gonna farm it and all that goodness that I showed you in this video. I will be bringing up more topics down the road, so please, you know, continue watching the series. I'd really appreciate it. If you need help, like I said, hit me up on Discord. You can grind with me. I'll definitely be playing GFL at twitch.tv/Tuglow. If you want to, drop a follow. I do stream kind of at the later times in the night, going into the early morning. So, you know, if you can't make it, hey, no worries, but I'd greatly appreciate any type of support. Also, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe. And then, hey, if you got that Amazon Prime, let me get that Twitch Prime on twitch.tv/Tuglow. Appreciate you. Much love. God bless. Peace out, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a good one.